Hello everyone. We were discussing about this what type of entities are there in India through which we can start our business. Means for starting any type of venture, we need to have any type of entity to either it would be registered or unregistered. So currently in India, like the many types of entities are there which we can form to operate business. One we can say like in normal business if someone starts his business, he may start with a proprietorship firm where only individual is required to be like provide his basic KYCs and details. It is means two types of procedure: registered or unregistered entities can be formed in India. First, if we like we are starting just means we are in starting phase, then we can start with unregistered firm, which may be either sole proprietorship firm or partnership firm. This both type of entities can be started without any registration. However, to get a registered form of entity, we need to switch to either for this private limited company, OPC means one person company, or LLPs. So these are few types of entities which can be started and through which we can. It is like a mode of starting a business. कि क्या रहेगी entity का type so that क्या costing आने वाली है क्या what will be the compliance impact on the business means looking to the type of entity. So next is if we choose proprietorship firm means if like I can summarize ki, what are the compliances, what will be the cost, what will be the tax impact, and uh, how easy it is to form this type of entity. Then we may we can take one by one types of entity and its features. So first, if we start with sole proprietorship firm, then sole proprietorship firm is a type of entity where business can be started by a single person. Means only one owner is required for incorporating such type of entity. Here, the minimum compliance is not a registered form of entity. It just require a basic license, which are of means which are governed by local authorities like Gumashta or Nagar Nigam licenses. It also depend on the locality or jurisdiction where the business will going to be started. So after that, we just need a bank account. Means current bank account. If we are starting business, then it is assumed that current bank account is. If we are in the turnover or sale above a certain limit, then indirect registered there, which as per prevailing laws, like currently GST. If we want to get registered for GST, then if we cross a basic limit of threshold turnover, then only we need to get ourselves registered with GST department. After this, we consider tax means it is the easiest form of entity. Means proprietorship here only one person is required. KYC of only one person will be required. List compliances means you need not go to any authority for its registration. It's just like self declaration. You don't need to get name or authority. There is no requirement. You start with any name, just you need to get a license of local authority, which is known as like Komashta or Nagar Nigam. After this, if we talk about income tax, means direct tax implication, then the proprietor income of proprietorship firm will be merged with uh, your income tax return, individual income tax return of proprietor. Means the proprietor is filing shall include the income and turn. Means there is no need to file a separate set of return. Like slate will be applicable. Types of rate in income tax. First slab rate, second is fixed rate. Means yadi if be for an individual HUF, then just slab rate will be applicable, and according to the individual's income required to be assessed on this particular income of firm. The second is like if so it is list and other, no need to file any other type of returns with any authority. You need to comply with the requirement, open a bank account. If you are crossing a threshold, then get yourself registered with tax authorities, and annual return is required to be filed as per income tax laws. You need to file income tax return. If you cross a threshold, then you need to get yourself tax audited. Otherwise, no need to file any other return. Income tax return will be also only required when you cross a threshold of your income. If you are not means crossing a limit of basic above basic limits, basic exemption limits, then you need not to file any return in this case. Platforms are like we can start partnership firm by means any two-person can start partnership firm. Partnership firm like maximum of 20 partners can be clubbed in during at the time of formation of partnership firm. However, in India, two types of registration procedure is there. One is you can need not get it registered. In both the cases, income tax treatment will be the same. If you get it registered, then you need to go to a firm's registrar office. You need to file basic KYC documentation. Need to submit a stamped partnership deed, and a certificate will be provided from that firm's registrar office. Here, after getting its registration, means after submitting KYC documents of partners, after providing a signed partnership deed on required stamp, after paying a required stamp duty, it would be registered, and you will get get a registration certificate from partnership registrar. After that, you may open bank account. Although it is a registered entity, but it will not be taken as registered type of entity in India. Means it is also not a structured form of business in India. It is a unstructured entity only. Means it will be classified as an unstructured entity, although you have get it registered with partnership firm registrar. Next is here also, if you cross a threshold, then indirect taxation registration requirement will be there. Means you have to get yourself registered with GST or other departments. Here, if we talk about income tax, then fixed rate means fixed rate slab rate will not be applicable. You have to be assessed with a fixed rate of taxation. Right now, 30% is prevailing rate for partnership firms. Here, you may get exemption, means deductions of capital, which may be up to 12%. And second is remuneration to partners. So remuneration to partner is also in partnership firm. You cannot pay remuneration to its proprietor. It will be classified as your business income. Here you may classify your remuneration to partners in their individual income, and at the same time you may take its benefit as expenditure in your profit and loss account. However, a certain limit is provided in Income Tax Act for taking benefit of this expenditure as a remuneration to partners. Next is unregistered form of partnership. Unregistered form of partnership is not like there is no requirement in India to get any partnership. Means compulsory that you need to get the partnership registered. Only then only you can start a business. Means you may start your business without getting partnership firm registered. So same procedure is there. Just you need not to submit any document with firm's registrar, and just get the printout of your partnership deed on stamp papers, get it notarized or self-certified, and provide all the documentary KYCs to bank for opening of current account. You may start your business with unregistered form of partnership too. Further, income tax treatment will be the same. Means in both the situation, if your partnership firm is registered or non-registered, income tax will be applicability of income tax will be same on both the types. Next is private limited company, LLP, limited liability partnership. So it's a hybrid. LLP is a hybrid form, hybrid form of partnership firm and uh, registered corporate entity. Here, LLP concept came in some features of partnership and some features of corporate laws. Like its basic character is the plus point, which is it is a limited liability entity. At the time of partnership firm, whenever the partners have registered partnership firm, they may have a unlimited liability in case of any losses or in case of any disputes in the business. However, in case of limited liability partnership, means transform type of partnership, the liability shall be limited only up to the unpaid amount of their capital. So it is a type of advantageous position for the partners, where partners need not to worry about their liabilities. They contribute up to their unpaid amount only in case of losses or in case of any disputes between the partners or between any third party. It is a type of structured, means it is a structured type of entity, means it is a registered as well as a structured form of business, where partners will get a certificate of incorporation from registrar office. Same process is applicable in relation to its registration, with as applicable in case of Companies Act. The company and for incorporating a LLP, the same process need to be followed. Just we need to file some different kinds of forms which are applicable. However, taking dean means particular number of an individual for appointing him as a director. One number is required that will be unique only for each. So here in LLP, some compliances are there, but it is a secured form of entity where it means it provides a feature that limited liability will be there. Second is if we talk about compliances, then it takes some time of incorporation. It takes means we need to file certain forms every year along with submitting uh, returns with income tax authorities, returns with indirect taxation authorities. Here also, you need not to take any indirect tax registrations if you are not crossing a threshold limit of your turnover. Here, taxation aspects means in case of taxation, same taxation rates will be applicable as are applicable in case of partnership firms. Means maximum tax rate is applicable, that is 30%. Along with it, some alternate minimum taxation concept is also there, which shall be applicable here. So it provides certain more benefits as compared to partnership firm if you want to move to a structured format of business. Because everyone, if some party is will going to start business with you, or any vendor is willing to start business with you, then definitely they want a secured format of party through which they want to enter into business. So definitely they will get your search before starting any transaction with you. So in case of LLP, your data shall be available with on a public domain. recognized domain of Government of India, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. He may take search of your entity. He may means any person may get all the records, that is balance sheet, details of your uh, basic chartered documents like your partnership deed, all other documents registered with registrar of companies. So it provides a uh, secured way to that particular stakeholder who is going to start business with you, or would involve in your business in any manner. So this is a new feature which was introduced after partnership firm and a hybrid type of entity. Here also two person are and it needs to be get registered from registrar of companies. You need to get a name approval. You need to get KYC as well as dean of directors to whom you are proposing to be appointed as director in the company. Along with it, it require more compliances as compared to partnership firm or LLP. Here you need to call at least minimum meetings which are required, which are provided as per the Companies Act. Minimum 4 meetings are required every year. Along with it, you need to get KYC of directors every year. You need to get KYC of company every year, and many other compliances are there. Along with it, it is also a secured form of business where liability of shareholders, means the owner of the company, shall be limited only up to the unpaid amount of their share capital, if any. In general, we issue shares on face value and call of capital at the time of allotment. But if it has been issued on partly paid up basis, then the liability of shareholders to only that to the amount which is uncalled. Or so it is also one of the entity which is known for a structured business format. Here, more security shall be available with your vendors, your stakeholders, because you may they may search, they may get the data from public. It is available, means your data like your balance sheet, other particulars of your chartered documents, other information shall be available publicly. Anybody can get the search of your documents. So it is also a structured form of business. Here, income tax, flat rate of income tax is there. And fixed rate of income tax is applicable on company. MAT concept is there. If company was in losses and to profits and adjusting losses for capital gain will be there. Means some concept of MAT, means MAT is a separate, altogether a separate topic which I cannot summarize here, but MAT shall be applicable here. Also, in case of this private limited company, options of raising funds are much more as compared to LLP or partnership firm. In case of partnership firm, you may raise funds through loans or contribution from its partners, like in the form of capital or in form of current capital or other unsecured loans or bank loans. However, in case of private limited company, you may issue share capital in the form of equity, to preference capital to a specified class of people, where you may provide them a preferential right over on anything, like you may issue preference shares to any class of shareholders and they will get a preferential dividend. You may issue a separate class of shares which may have a separate class of voting rights. Means any type of features may be means combined type of capital can be issued here. Also, debentures may be raised here. Means you can issue debentures and may get funds. Or along with it, you may get unsecured form of loan in private limited company. You may get bank loans. Also, generally, banks consider private limited entity as one of the secured form of entity. In case of entities, your vision is to enhance the business, your vision is to to means go to a certain level of size. Means if you're starting business in private limited company at a lower level, and from time to time you need money, time to time you need to get certain facilities, some facilities, then definitely private limited company will be the best option. Here you will have list compliances as compared to public limited company, means less compliances, as well as more structured format of business. List uh, list we can say compliances तो होंगे, इसके अलावा इनकम टैक्स का है, या if you talk about this minutes, if you talk about the meetings, if you talk about number of directors required, number of shareholders required, then minimum numbers will be required. Also, liability will be limited to of shareholders as well as directors. Means directors will be responsible if they will not act in the interest of business, or if knowingly they contravene any provisions of Companies Act, or act beyond powers provided to them in memorandum or articles of association of the company. So also one more feature is there, that in case of partnership, private limited company, if you start business with any person, and they will also be shareholder in the company, then first they need to give you option of buying the shares if they want to from the business. Then it is also a good feature, where if you want to retain your business in close hands, then first of all nobody can sell shares without approval from other shareholders to any third party, subject to rate. Means if you are providing them a proper rate, whatever will be the fair value, then definitely that shareholder need to first provide you offer for purchase of shares. Here income tax shall be comparative, means fixed rate of flat rate of income tax applicable, benefit of remuneration to directors, and no limit is provided as compared to partnership firm. If we calculate remuneration in case of partnership, then certain limits are there. However, in case of private limited company, no such limit is applicable in case of remuneration. You may pay remuneration on and above your means up to any limit if company is in profits. However, in case of even private limited company, section of company act which prevail this maximum remuneration to directors are not applicable. So you may pay remuneration up to any limit in case of private limited company, and accordingly you may plan your income tax in case of private limited company. Second is in like a few months back, our finance minister has announced that in case of companies, if the companies are starting any means are newly incorporated and starting a manufacturing activity, then lower rate of income tax is applicable. So it is like also a golden chance for starting a business in private limited company, because lower rate, that is lower rate of taxation, that is 15% will be applicable. And second is already on other entities which have not crossed a threshold turnover, then 22% direct taxation will be applicable. So this announcements of our finance ministry has provided us an opportunity to that in case of partnership private limited company, without any planning also we may save taxation, means direct tax, income tax. And next is 1% company. Concept of 1% company is also there in India. Means if you want to start a business, like you may compare this 1% company with a proprietorship firm. Proprietorship firm is one of the type of entity which is unstructured form of business, means which is covered under unstructured form of business. However, this one person company is a structured format of business. Here you will also need to incorporate yourself in as per the rules of Companies Act. Means registrar of companies will provide you certificate of incorporation after following the procedure prescribed. Here also it will be a separate legal entity. The person who will become the owner of the company will be the sole, shall be the sole owner, like in case of proprietorship firm. Here also the sole proprietor will have 100% shareholding with his name. You may appoint one or two directors in this company. The other applicable provisions of income tax, like in case of private, the same provisions and same procedure shall be applicable like of private limited company for assessment of income tax. Also here list compliances will be there, like as compared to private limited company, some reduced compliances are there, like you need not to call board meetings regularly, like frequent board meetings. For minimum number of board meetings will not be required. Second is general meeting, only one meeting will be required, as only one shareholder will be there. Next is loans in this one person company. You may raise other types of instruments in this one person company. There is no such restriction applicable. So it is also a format of form of structured entity. People does not prefer this type of entity. However, in future, because government is trying to move its unstructured form of businesses to a structured form of businesses. Means from that government trying to shift, means providing this attractive tax incentives to this structured type of businesses. Accordingly, probably this taking this 1% company, means ये आया है जो company is like because to switch other stakeholders will rely on this, because some compliances are there. A person need to file certain returns, submit his information. Accordingly, some set of information will be available on public domain. So stakeholders feel more comfort in this type of entities. Next is public limited company. Public limited company is also a type of entity where minimum some more compliances are there, although some more reliability as well as some more features will be there. Like case of public limited company, minimum 3 number of directors are required, minimum 5 shareholders, 7 shareholders will be required. After that, in case of public limited company, like private limited company, you may issue certain instruments like equity, preference, debentures. You may avail this bank loans. Along with it, the same features of income tax, means same rate of taxation as well as same type of assessment will be applicable as per the income taxes. However, if you want to go for public offer, or if you want to uh, raise funds from more than a limited size of people, then definitely public limited company will be required, because in case of private limited company, a restriction is there of maximum numbers through which you can raise money. So definitely a public limited company will be required if you want to expand your business. However, if you start business with private limited company, then you may convert it into public limited company. Secondly, you may start your business with sole proprietorship firm. You may start your business with partnership firm in unregistered partnership, in unregistered category. However, at the time of conversion of this unregistered format of business to a registered type of format, you need to first get it itself registered. Like if you want to convert a proprietorship firm into a company, then first of all a procedure is required to be complied. Like you need to first incorporate a partnership firm which shall be registered with firm registrar, then only registration into company is possible. On the other hand, if you are a partnership firm, registered partnership firm, then you may directly convert yourself into private limited or limited company. On the other hand, if you are a LLP, then you may convert yourself into a private limited company. There is no such restriction applicable. Similarly, if you are a private limited company, then you may convert yourself into a LLP. However, certain restrictions are there with respect to Income Tax Act. Means if your turnover is more than threshold, or your net worth of the company is more than some limit, then definitely some income tax restrictions are there. Means income tax will be applicable in that case if you have crossed that specified turnover. Second is one more, like if you are going to incorporate a company, or if you are going for start means you are proposing to start a business, and you want to select which type of entity I should form, then in my opinion, first of all, we should analyze the risk involved in the business, like how risky the business is. On that, you means we can think which entity shall be the suitable one. If risk is less, then you may start business in sole proprietorship firm or in partnership firm. If the business is more risky or comparatively risky, then you should go for LLP or company. Second is requirement of funds. If less fund is less required, then you may start with proprietorship firms. Your own fund will be like will form the capital for the business. However, in case more funds are required, then you may select partnership firm. If more even some more fund is required, and you want to raise funds from a class of people, a selected class, then you may incorporate private limited company. And if you need funds from public at large, then definitely you have to go for a public limited company. Next is uh, in relation to distribution of profits. In case of proprietorship firm, the profit is as income tax shall be assessed of that particular individual with whose name the firm is operating. So complete business will be assessed with individual's name. Accordingly, no need of separate distribution will be there. Means the person may withdraw funds without paying any income tax if the tax has already been paid at the time of filing the income tax return. Partnership firm, if already partnership firm has paid taxation on its income, then funds may be distributed among the partners without payment of any taxation, further taxation. Means once taxation is paid, then the remaining income tax LLP is already been assessed. Then the remaining amount after payment of taxation may be distributed among the partners of LLP. Here, here also, no separate tax will be required to be paid at the time of distribution. However, in case of private limited or public limited company, if the taxation on the profits of the company, even at the time of distribution of the profit, dividend distribution tax shall be required. Means in case of company, if the tax is already been paid on the income, means the income is now available reserves and available for the distribution, means available for the distribute shareholder of the company, then also taxes at the time of distribution also one tax that is called dividend distribution tax shall be required. Maybe from the point of view of applicability of taxation on the final income, means the income available for distribution. Next is uh, even all if that part of amount is already been taxed, means dividend distribution tax is paid by the company, then that amount which is received as dividend to the shareholder shall be tax free in their hands, subject to a threshold. Means up to 10 lakhs dividend income is exempt in the hands of shareholders, and above that the taxation will be applicable in the hands of that recipient. So these are the some some salient features of this different kinds of entities. So before starting the business, first we need to assess the risk. Second, we need to assess the compliance. If we are starting just a startup, then we may start business with either LLP or with partnership firm if we want to have more than one person. Otherwise, proprietorship firm will be suitable form of entity. Our vision or our plan is big, means we want to business in short period of time, then we may start with private limited company if more than one person is there. Or if you directly want to start business in a format and alone you are providing funding in the business, then OPC is the best available option. So you may compare this different kinds of entities in this short form, this slide.